All right, guys, so it is now the next morning, or well, it's afternoon now, but I already started working on the motor, and as you can see here, I got the valve covers on, and they look so much better. And that, honestly, that other color already started yellowing, and the paint I used actually filled in the edges, and you know, they actually look pretty good. So I'm really happy I went over them, and you know, just had to wait till this morning so I could put them on, which was no big deal. And it looks way better. I mean, I know that you won't see most of it, but the way that they were before was just not gonna cut it. So I don't know if I showed putting the told you guys I put the spark plugs in, but I got the spark plugs in. I got my studs for my headers on. I put the sensors on, so I got this temp sensor for the coolant, the knock sensors, that bracket, this bolt or this stud, which isn't tight yet, but that's for the wiring harness, I do believe. I got the oil pressure sensor switch on. I got this bracket on. This bolt goes here for a ground wire. And over here, oh, motor mounts too. Another knock sensor. That sensor, what, probably a cam position sensor. These little guards. And oh, and then I got the AC condenser on, or AC compressor. The condenser is what goes on the front core support. The alternator and the belts all on there, and you got the little cap on there, the little crossover piece. So guys, it's really getting wrapped up here. I do have 2 bolts left over. One is pretty clean, and this one is really rusty. I'm almost wondering if this one isn't the bolt that holds the bracket on for the heater hoses. For the well, the cooler in the dash, I forget what it's called, like the heater cooler or whatever. And I have no idea where that other rusty bolt goes, but got the ground up here. So that's about it. So now to put the intake on it, and then basically just bolt the transmission to it. And I'd say that's about it. Oh, and then the coil packs and stuff. And then that would be it. I got motor mounts, which these are the ones that bolted to the frame. Headers, because you know I gotta bolt those on the studs. Coil packs, and then the torque converter and transmission bolts. So guys, we're getting there. So hopefully we can get this in tonight. And yeah, I did say I gotta paint that one bracket, but I'm pretty sure once that cross member's on, I can use a block of wood and hold it up by the output shaft. And then I can roll it out and then get everything else painted. So that is the plan there, and I'm hoping that that works. And then I can start running all my other lines. Like, got my fuel lines over here, right there. Got my fuel lines. Got my wiring harness, got my intake. Got all my hoses right here, and coolers and all that. And I pretty much have everything here to get it back together. So the only thing is I don't remember where this went, but seeing this, definitely bolted to the frame somewhere. Definitely had to have bolted to the frame somewhere, but where, I don't know. But it bolted, you know, somewhere, somehow. So I'm gonna have to try and figure that out still by looking at one of my other trucks, and then shoot this maybe silver quick to match all those shields. But that's the last piece that I have left from all my motor parts that were in the same box, which I just put all the plastic pieces in there now. just because it was spark plugs and old gaskets left. So got all that. Who knows, maybe that one bolt is actually for that, but it looks like it took a bigger bolt. So anyways, I'm gonna get the intake put on it now and then probably start mounting up the transmission. All right, guys, and I'm really sorry, I totally forgot to pick up the camera, but here it is. I got the motor, I think, fully back together, besides, you know, running all the lines, you know, evap lines and all that, and then obviously the headers. But I think that that's everything. I still don't know where those 2 bolts go, but you know, they're really small, so I couldn't have held on much, and I don't even know what they, like, where they went or anything. I mean, they're just small little bolts, so yeah. But this thing looks amazing. I really love the red, white, and blue going on right here. I think it looks awesome. And then the cover cleaned up real good. Got all the dust off of it. Let's pull that off. Covers up that dirty intake. But yeah, this thing is coming along, so won't be long until it's all installed. And now basically next is just to hook up the transmission, and then I'll just have to hook up and plug in everything. So that's gonna be a whole nother process right there. But guys, let's roll the transmission over and get hooking it up. All right, guys, so here is the new transmission for it. And guys, this just looks so nice. This thing literally looks like a brand new motor. That's how nice it is. And I couldn't have asked for it to turn out any better. It looks so nice. The alternator is a little bit dirty yet, and the AC compressor right here looks really bad, but I mean, I did not clean either of those at all, and I just cleaned this up quick. So if I actually tried, I could make this look like that, but you know, whatever. I mean, it's not like you're ever gonna see that anyways. I mean, maybe if you look underneath, but it's gonna be hard to see. And then I still gotta put my header on, and then the dipstick, and the dipstick's gonna look really good. It's gonna come up right through here, and you know, whatever, sit right around here. And the dipstick tube is gonna be blue, and then you got the transmission dipstick that's gonna come up right back here, and that's also going to be blue. So that's gonna look really good. And yeah, man, this just looks so nice. It really does look like a brand new motor, and it's really clean, and it's got that nice new stage 2 cam in it, so it's gonna sound real mean too. And especially because I bought this truck from a dealership, I was able to just wipe all the dirt off of this, and it's still got that nice waxed look. It's not stained or nothing, so it really does look nice. And then here's all of the boxes from all the parts and all sorts of stuff like that. And yeah, guys, this mess is crazy. All sorts of stuff. It's more stuff than my gas tank, and none of it was for anything else besides the motor. That's just a few boxes had parts in it, like this one, and that one held the push rods and rocker arms, but got quite a bit of new parts and some goodies on it. So, oh, here's one more for the collection. There we go. All right, guys, time to get the transmission all bolted up now, and then bolt the torque converter up too. All right, guys, and there it is. This is not the color I was going for at all, so I really hope that it darkens once, you know, they get nice and hot and stuff. I really hope that they do, because that just looks weird, but it just looks so nice all together now. So it's time to move her over there. I gotta pick that stuff up. I'll move it over there, roll the frame back, and hopefully get this sucker installed. All right, guys, and if we look over here, there's no motor and transmission. And when we look over here, we got an empty cherry picker. Now, guys, I wish I would have recorded it, but it was way too hard to even get it over here and to trying to line it up. And I actually ended up having to go get my dad to help me so I could hold it and he could lower it, because I don't have 4 hands and it was just way too hard, and you know, I gotta do all this stuff by myself. But there it is. The motor is in the frame, and if you look right there, it is fully bolted down. Now those alignment pins in the motor mounts, it's at the very front. Those are so slick. It just, once it got close, just fell right into place. And then slid the exhaust over. So now I just gotta clamp it down. And then I know that oxygen sensor is on the fuel rail itself, and this one's just on the bench over there. Get those 2 in, and then you know, the clamps, and then I gotta put a shield on the transmission and stuff. But once it's clamped down and the oxygen sensors are in it, then the exhaust is fully done, and that's awesome. And the motor is fully mounted. Can't say the same for the transmission yet, but I just got a block of wood holding up the back for now, so hopefully that stays there. I mean, it's like right to the edge, so it should, but hopefully it doesn't get slid when I gotta move it out and bring it back in. But I gotta get that plate painted, so then I can get the plate on and then slap the transmission in, and then the drive shaft can go in, and then the powertrain will be done, because I'm not running 4-wheel drive for now, just because I feel like it'd be easier to install it later when my new lift kit is here, because then I don't have to take it all out and stuff. I feel like it would just go a lot easier, so I'm just gonna go without it for now, and hope that that's gonna work out for me. It should, though. So yeah, guys, this is looking really good. It's almost looking like a truck again, but it still looks weird as a bare frame. Still looks weird, but guys, it's getting there. It's getting there. But honestly, once the motor's in there, I mean, it still looks big, but at the same time, it kind of looks small now in the big old frame. But guys, it's coming along. Now I can start working on the fuel system. And well, honestly, right now, I could pick up my garbage and start prepping those parts to be painted, and just pull a late one and paint up those parts right now. So I could get this thing pushed out, get the cab pushed out, move some things around, pick up all this stuff. And yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna start painting, actually, because if I don't do it tonight, then I gotta do it tomorrow. And then, you know, it just would work out way better if I did it tonight. And then tomorrow, we'll try and get this thing back in. And then tomorrow, while I'm waiting for the paint to dry still, I could work on my fuel system. And then, if anything, well, I could work on my front core support as well. And then if not, I was gonna say I could start wiring it up even and start laying all that out, because I'm gonna have to do that soon. So, I mean, hopefully I can get all of it done tomorrow. That would be awesome. Get the front core support on it. Get the fuel system all hooked up. You know, if I get the front core support on it, I can start running all my lines, you know, transmission lines, oil cooler lines, power steering lines, you know, coolant lines, all that, get all my evap done, you know, whole fuel system. And then once the painted parts are dried, then I could, you know, put that adapter on the transmission, get the transfer case in it, drive shaft in it, get my front calipers on and the brake lines hooked up, get my rear drums on and probably the wheel spacers on it. And I could even put my nice wheels on it, guys. So that would be pretty exciting. So, and then, you know, start wiring it once all that stuff's done. So that's the plan, at least. Hopefully there's enough time in the day and I, you know, start at a decent time and it all works out. But that would be amazing if I could get all that stuff done tomorrow. So then at the start of the week, you know, after work, I could just start working on the cab each day until I get it all prepped and paint underneath. And then next thing you know, we'll be sending the cab back on this thing and we'll be doing a first startup. So exciting stuff coming, but there's still a lot of work ahead of me. So I'm gonna keep on working away at it. So I definitely gotta get these parts painted. So I'm I guess push it out and get them prepped and start painting, even though it's, what time is it? It's probably almost 1 o'clock. I want to say it's 12:30 right now. So you guys already know I might end up staying up all night, but that's the sacrifice I'm willing to make to get this thing done. So let's get this thing rolled out.